It's been a long time coming, doesn't it? Lately I ain't been feeling passionate. Just know I'm coming now like an activist. Album dropping, I feel like a graduate. It's been a long time coming, doesn't it? Lately I ain't been feeling passionate.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to What the Wrestling. My name is Billy Davis, and if you are new here, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, turn the post notifications on, do whatever it is that you do. Just know, regardless, I appreciate it. All right, guys. What a show. Smackdown was absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. I might be hyping it up a little too much, but it was such a good show. Wow. Wow is all I got to say. So I thought I'd come on here, hurry up, talk to you guys as much as I can about the show, kind of run it down, review it. That's what I like to do here. I like to review the show. So let's just go ahead and talk about the show. So first of all, we had Roman Reigns opening up the show with Jey Uso and Paul Heyman by his side as usual, doing what Roman Reigns does best. Now, it seemed that last week Roman Reigns was very upset with what Adam Pearce had done for not for Roman Reigns, but for Kevin Owens. So instead of talking to Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns decides to go straight to the source, and that's Adam Pearce. So he tells Adam Pearce to come out, and it looks as if he grabbed by his collar. Now, I was talking to a buddy, and he goes, I don't know what this entails, but it looks like we could be leading into something. Now, I'm thinking it's just another, authority role, which I'm cool with. I'm one of those people who really never had a problem with the authority role. I thought it added depth to a lot of stories, but it seems as if that is not going to be the case. So what it looks like now is, well, we're going to get into that later in the show, but very interesting. It showed depth that something soon to come is going to happen. But after that, we had Big E taking on Apollo Crews in a great match. It was for the Intercontinental Championship. Big E ends up picking up the victory. Those two are two great competitors. I know what they're trying to do with Big E, and I think it's going to work. It just needs time, and you can feel that time is of the essence. Big E is going to be a champion soon, regardless of what people think. I believe that Big E is definitely going to be the man soon. I don't know when that's going to be, but I know it'll be soon. Either way, they put on a great bout for the Intercontinental Championship, adding more excitement to the Intercontinental Championship, which I love, and just showcasing that kind of talent. Those two are very talented men. Let them go out there, let them do their thing, and sure, that's what they did. They got to go out there and they got to do their thing. Those guys are both, again, absolutely amazing. But so after that, we had Sonya Deville, in the back talking with Adam Pearce. I can't necessarily off the top of my head remember what it was about. I'm pretty sure that you can go back and watch it, so my apologies for not necessarily remembering that. I don't always remember the backstage segments. It's kind of hard to keep up with all of that. But right after that, they cut into a Carmella segment, and I can imagine she'll be entering the Royal Rumble, the women's. So we'll be seeing about that soon. But right after that, we had another just amazing match. We had the Street Profits taking on Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, or the Dirty Dogs, as I believe is going to be their new name. And my word, what a match that was. I can't stress it enough. I enjoyed every second of that match. Just from Montez Ford, his knee giving out on him, and just being able to fight back, and then he hit the discus lariat, or not the discus lariat, excuse me, that I probably botched that, but Brody Lee's finisher, which is props to that man. But Dolph was able to kick out of that, and the numbers game ended up getting too much for Montez Ford when Angelo Dawkins got pushed out on the side of the ring. Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler were able to capitalize, and finally, since March of last year, there are new tag champs, and the Street Profits are not the champions anymore. It is now Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode, which is great. I love to see that. Obviously, give the belt to somebody new. Let them progress the title as much as they possibly can. Either way, just a magnificent match. I was very impressed with the whole thing. Smackdown, I think, as a whole, I'm impressed with. And it's just a very easy show to watch, only 2 hours long. It's really running all these wrestling shows lately. SmackDown, I know, is drawing in the most viewers out of them and is just doing absolutely amazing. I love SmackDown. It's a very easy show to watch. My apologies about the cat in the background. But after that, we went into a Paul Heyman and Adam Pearce segment. And Paul Heyman does research. The scrap iron, Adam Pearce. Paul Heyman knows Adam Pearce's background. Now, keep in mind, I had no idea, and I mean this as a wrestling fan, I had no idea that Adam Pearce was even a wrestler. I had to go back, look at this man's work in NWA, and look at some of his work in TNA to even realize that it was only 7 years ago when this man stopped wrestling. He was doing a lot, and I mean a lot of work in NWA, especially with Colt Cabana, and that man can wrestle. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. And not many people know this. So if you're like me and don't know this, well, let's just dig a little bit further into the show. So there was a backstage segment between those two, and it was Paul telling Adam Pearce that he is going to be in the gauntlet match tonight. Yes, the gauntlet match. The winner will go on to the Royal Rumble and take on Roman Reigns. So let's go ahead and dig right into it. Okay. So first in the gauntlet match was Rey Mysterio, and everybody knows Rey Mysterio's odds coming in number 1, 2006. If you're a wrestling fan, you know that Rey Mysterio ended up winning the Royal Rumble at number 1 in 2006, going on and winning the World Heavyweight Championship. So underdog to say the least, but it was most definitely like, okay, he's used to this spot. But he was taking on Sami Zayn, and Sami Zayn was coming out, cutting his music, saying that it is all a conspiracy why he lost his Intercontinental Championship. He demanded that he be in that match, but just as WWE always does, he was number 2 in the match, and he got beaten about 20, maybe 30 seconds. Rey Mysterio kicked him, hit him with the 619, hit him with Eddie's Frog Splash, and sure enough, well, Rey goes on. Rey goes on against the third competitor, who is Shinsuke Nakamura. And my word, this man is just Shinsuke Nakamura. Give him a clap if you're at home and you got time to give a clap. Shinsuke Nakamura is amazing. So he ends up taking on Rey Mysterio. From my understanding, it was heel babyface work, but we'll dig into that in a second. But Shinsuke Nakamura ends up picking up the win. He makes Rey tap out to his armbar, which is awesome. I can't remember the last time Rey tapped out, but he made Rey Mysterio tap out. And right after that, we had Baron Corbin coming out, and he just decided to attack Rey Mysterio. I know, because of the feud, and you got to advance the feud. Sure, I like it. Go ahead, advance the feud. I'm not mad at it. Give me some story. I enjoy story as a wrestling fan just as much as you guys do. So after that, Baron Corbin ends up taking the loss. Yep, he takes the loss. So Shinsuke Nakamura has now beaten Rey Mysterio and Baron Corbin. There is one more guy. 2 more guys. The next person was Daniel Bryan. Now, as everybody would have expected, Daniel Bryan, you would have thought, would have picked up the victory, especially with all the rumors going around that Daniel Bryan's going to WrestleMania, this, that, and the third. That was not the case. Shinsuke Nakamura ends up beating Daniel Bryan. I mean, just awesome bout. I mean, it was just good wrestling content. If you're a wrestling fan and you like just two grapplers, Daniel Bryan and Shinsuke Nakamura, I was texting my buddy and I was telling him, I'm like, man, I am super excited just to see these guys go at it. I don't care for how long it is. I just want to see them go at it, especially in that kind of stipulation match, where they really have to show their talent. And that is exactly what those guys did, is they showed their talent. And they showed that they're good at it. But Daniel Bryan ends up losing to Shinsuke Nakamura. Cue Roman Reigns. Yes, Roman Reigns, sure enough, comes out with Jey Uso and Paul Heyman. And what they end up doing is they end up attacking Shinsuke Nakamura, him and Jey Uso. Let me phrase that in there. Him and Jey Uso end up attacking Shinsuke Nakamura. Jey Uso had super kicked him, and then Roman Reigns hit him with the Superman punch. Jey ends up going to the top rope and hitting him with the big splash. And Roman goes out. And Adam Pearce is out there by this point. I should have mentioned that. That's my apologies. But Adam Pearce is out there. And he's in his WWE official gear. It's just, it's funny. It's actually very funny. But, so Roman Reigns steps out to the side of the ring. And he said, you work for me. I hired you. I gave you the job. Which that's obviously not true, Vince. If you're new, Vince McMahon runs WWE, and he gave Adam Pearce that job. Just always remember that. But Roman Reigns tells him, I gave you this job, and he throws Adam Pearce into the ring. He tells now keep in mind, Shinsuke Nakamura is on the ground laid out. He tells the official to ring the bell. And the official rings the bell. Jey Uso is behind Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce turns around, gets kicked in the face. They drag Adam Pearce onto Shinsuke Nakamura's just laid body. Adam Pearce, it's an official cover, picks up the 1, 2, 3, and Adam Pearce is going on to face the Universal Champion at the Royal Rumble, and what I can imagine may be the main event before the Royal Rumble match, if not the main event of the actual card. Very interesting. Now, like I said before, I didn't really have any in-depth stuff on Adam Pearce. I didn't know that he was a wrestler. I thought he was just a guy that WWE had just thrown out there. And again, that was not the case. This guy had done a lot of work in NWA, and he had done some work in Impact. And, whew, my word, that man can wrestle. Not lying, he can wrestle. So, Adam Pearce is going in looking like a real babyface. And he's going to be the ultimate babyface when he puts up a good match against Roman Reigns. And I'm just being honest. It's going to be a good match. Adam Pearce behind the suit is ginormous. Like a big guy. Not little. And again, he had only retired about 7 years ago. Retired. I guess you never really retire from wrestling. You're always kind of stuck to it. But, yeah. It's going to be Adam Pearce taking on Roman Reigns, which I am very, very excited for. I cannot stress that enough. When I went back and researched some of his work, it made me even more excited. If you want to, go back, look up him and Colt Cabana. They put on a great 7 series of matches. And my word, it is worth your time. Go watch it. If you know nothing about Adam Pearce, go watch it. But yeah, guys, that was Smackdown. I wanted to review it, get it out as soon as possible. You see, I got a little border for every show, so I'm trying to keep you guys intrigued and keep you guys, bringing you back in, making you want to watch. That's something that I want to stay true to. I want to keep bringing you guys in and just enjoying the time, enjoying the wrestling, if anything, with me. It's truly appreciated. You know, anybody who watches these videos, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And again, you're new here, please like, subscribe, turn the post notifications on, do whatever it is that you do. Just know, regardless, I will always appreciate it. And yeah, I'm just great show all around. Go check it out. It's worth your time. It's only 2 hours long. Go watch it. But I will be seeing you guys. We'll be talking sometime tomorrow. Yeah, sometime tomorrow. And we'll be talking some more wrestling. You know, I can imagine there will be some news out there. You know, the match earlier where I said Montez Ford and his knee, I'm not sure necessarily what happened, so that could be a story going forward. But we'll be talking about it. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That was Smackdown. It's been reviewed. Now, tell me what you think below. And let me know how you feel about it. If it was a good show, if it was a bad show, you let me know. Either way, again, appreciate you guys. Sorry for rambling on. I will be seeing you guys tomorrow. Peace.
It's been a long time coming, doesn't it? Lately I ain't been feeling passionate. Just know I'm coming now like an activist. Album dropping, I feel like a graduate. It's been a long time coming, doesn't it? Lately I ain't been feeling passionate.